Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Chill English channel. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jake. We're really glad to have you with us today.
Yes, today's topic is super useful for all our A1 learners. We're going to talk about jobs, how to describe what you do, what your daily work looks like, and even what you hope for in the future.
Talking about your job is one of the most common and important conversations in English. This episode will help you feel confident when someone asks you about your work.
Before we begin, if you like our episodes, please share this podcast with your friends, subscribe to the Chill English channel, and give us a thumbs up. It really helps us keep going.
Thanks for your support. It means a lot. Now, Sophia, are you ready to jump into the world of work?
I'm ready. Let's start with a very common question. What do you do? So, Jake, how would you answer that?
That's a great question. The easiest way to answer is to say your job title. For example, I can say, I'm a teacher. Simple and clear.
Exactly. You can also say, I work as a designer, or I work as a doctor. This structure is helpful if your job title isn't very common or easy to understand.
Sophia, what's your job title?
I'm a presenter for the Chill English channel, and I also work as a content creator. It's a fun and creative job.
That sounds great. Some people also want to talk about their company. You can say, I work for a tech company, or I work for a nonprofit organization. And if you're your own boss, you can say, I'm self-employed.
Right. I sometimes work freelance too, which is similar. It means I choose my own projects and manage my own schedule.
Now let's talk about responsibilities, what you actually do at work. For example, you might say, I help customers every day, or I manage a team of designers.
If someone asks me about my responsibilities, I can say, I research topics, write scripts, and present lessons for English learners.
That's a great answer. Here are some useful phrases you can use when talking about your responsibilities. I'm responsible for. My main task is. I usually. For example, I can say I'm responsible for planning lessons, or my main task is teaching English.
Another helpful phrase is, a typical day at work looks like. You can use this to describe your daily routine.
For example, I might say, a typical day at work looks like preparing lessons, teaching classes, and answering student questions.
That paints a really clear picture. So, to summarize this section, when someone asks about your job, you can talk about your job title, the company or type of work you do, your daily responsibilities or tasks.
That's the foundation. Practice saying these out loud to get more comfortable.
In the next part, we'll look at how to talk about your daily work routine, what you do from morning to evening. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Now that we've covered job titles and responsibilities, let's talk about something just as important, your daily routine at work.
Yes, people are often curious about what your day looks like from morning to evening. It's a great way to give more detail and keep the conversation going.
A good place to start is by talking about the time your workday begins and ends. For example, I can say, I start work at 9 a.m. and finish at 5 p.m.
Simple and clear. I usually say, I start around 8:30 in the morning and finish at 4:30 in the afternoon. It's a helpful way to explain your schedule.
After that, you can talk about the tasks you do throughout the day. Many people start their day with checking emails or attending a meeting.
Right. I usually say, Every morning, I check my emails and go to a short team meeting. That's a common start for many jobs.
Then you move into your main work tasks. You could say something like, after the meeting, I work on my main projects until lunchtime.
Exactly. And it's also nice to mention if you take breaks or have lunch with colleagues. For example, I have lunch with my coworkers at 1 p.m., or I take a short coffee break in the afternoon.
That adds a human touch to your routine. A complete example could be, every morning, I check my emails and attend a team meeting. Then I work on my main tasks until lunch. In the afternoon, I finish my tasks and respond to messages. I usually finish around 5 p.m.
Great example. My routine is a bit different. I start by writing scripts and preparing lessons. After lunch, I record videos and sometimes meet with the production team. I usually finish around 4:30.
That's a productive day. So when you describe your work routine, think about what time you start and finish, what tasks you do in the morning and afternoon, whether you take breaks or have meetings, who you interact with during the day.
Exactly. And don't forget to use useful phrases like, I usually. After that, I. In the afternoon, I finish work at.
It's also good to use time markers, like in the morning, before lunch, after lunch, and in the evening. These help organize your routine clearly.
Let's give one more full example. Imagine you are a customer service worker. You could say, I start work at 8 a.m. Every morning, I check emails and answer customer questions. Before lunch, I work on reports. After lunch, I take calls and help solve customer problems. I finish work at 5:30 p.m.
Perfect. It gives the listener a clear picture of your workday. And if your day changes often, you can say, every day is a little different, or my schedule depends on the projects I have.
That's right. It's okay if your job isn't the same every day. Just describe the most common things you do.
So, now you know how to describe your daily routine. Coming up next, we'll talk about your work environment, where you work, and what your workplace is like. Stay with us.
Welcome back. In this part, we're going to talk about your work environment. That means where you work, how it feels, and who you work with.
Yes, this is a really interesting part of any job conversation. People often want to know if you work from home, in an office, or maybe even outside.
Let's start with location. Some people work in a company office. You can say, I work in an office in the city, or I work in an office building downtown.
And these days, a lot of people work remotely. That means from home. You can say, I work remotely, or I work from home.
There's also something in between called a hybrid job. You can say, I have a hybrid job. I work some days from home and some days at the office.
Exactly. And some people work outdoors. For example, construction workers, park rangers, or delivery drivers. You can say, I work outdoors, or I work on site at different locations.
Let's talk about the atmosphere. Some workplaces are very formal. You follow a lot of rules and wear professional clothes, like a suit.
You can say, I work in a formal environment, or it's a formal workplace. We dress professionally and follow a strict schedule.
Other workplaces are more relaxed. You can say, it's an informal environment, or my workplace is casual. We can wear jeans and talk freely.
My workplace is usually informal. We work closely as a team and everyone is friendly.
Same here. I like that kind of relaxed atmosphere. It helps with creativity.
Speaking of team, how are your relationships with coworkers? This is another great topic to talk about.
Yes, you can say, my coworkers are supportive, or I work in a small team. We help each other a lot.
Or, I work with a large team on international projects. Or, I mostly work alone, but we have team meetings every week.
There's also some useful vocabulary here. Let's go over a few keywords.
First, boss. This is the person who manages you or gives you instructions.
Then we have coworker or colleague. That's someone you work with.
Client. This is the person or company you do work for. If you work in sales or services, you often have clients.
Team, a group of people working together.
And here's a big one. Deadline. That's the time when a task or project must be finished. For example, I have a deadline tomorrow.
Also, open space. This means a big office room with many desks and no walls between them. Many modern companies have open offices like this.
And finally, flexible hours. This means you don't have to work from 9 to 5 exactly. You can start and finish your workday at different times as long as you finish your tasks.
So, when you talk about your work environment, think about where you work, office, home, outside, the style, formal or informal, your coworkers, do you work alone or in a team? Useful words like deadline, boss, and flexible hours.
This gives people a much clearer idea of what your workplace is like and how you feel about it.
In the next part, we'll talk about something very personal. Job satisfaction. Do you enjoy your work? Would you like to change careers? Let's explore that next.
Welcome to the final part of today's episode. Let's talk about something really personal now. Job satisfaction. That means how you feel about your job.
Yes, this is a great topic. You might love your job, like it, or maybe you're thinking about changing it. Talking about your feelings helps you connect in conversation.
Sophia, do you like your job?
I do. I love my job because it's creative, and I get to help people learn English. I enjoy working with our team and sharing ideas.
That's a great way to explain it. You can say, I like my job because it's creative, or I love my job because the people are friendly.
And if there's something you don't enjoy, that's okay too. You can say, what I enjoy most is meeting new people, or what I enjoy least is the paperwork.
For me, I enjoy teaching the most. It's so rewarding to help students grow. What I enjoy least is grading. It takes a long time.
Same here. I really enjoy presenting and working with our audience. But editing long videos is not my favorite part.
That's a common feeling. If your job has challenges, you can also say, my job can be stressful sometimes, but I love the people I work with.
Now, what if you don't like your job at all? You can say, I'm looking for a new opportunity, or I want a job with better work-life balance.
Or I'm hoping to find a job closer to home. Or I want to change careers. These are polite and clear ways to explain that you want something new.
Let's talk about past jobs and experience. You can say, I used to work in retail, or before this, I worked part-time at a restaurant.
And it's good to explain what you learned. For example, in my last job, I learned how to manage a team. Or I gained a lot of customer service experience.
This helps people understand your career path. That means the story of your work over time.
Right. You can say, I started as an assistant, then became a supervisor. Or I changed fields after a few years. It shows how you've grown.
Now, let's look to the future. What are your career goals, Jake?
Good question. In the future, I'd like to teach English in different countries and travel while working. That's my dream job.
That sounds amazing. My goal is to grow our channel and create content that reaches more people. I also want to improve my video editing and presentation skills.
You can express your goals like this. I want to become an expert in my field. I'd like to manage a team in the future. I hope to start my own business someday.
And don't forget to talk about skills you want to learn. You can say, I want to improve my communication skills, or I want to learn more about digital marketing.
Finally, let's talk about how to ask someone else about their job. These are great for real-life conversations.
You can start with, what do you do? That's the most common question.
Then follow up with, do you like your job? Or how long have you worked there?
You can also ask,
What's the most interesting part of your job? Or what's a typical day like for you?
These questions help keep the conversation going and show that you're interested.
We've covered a lot today, from how to describe your job and routine to workplace details, satisfaction, past experience, and even future goals.
This episode is packed with useful phrases for real conversations. Try practicing them with a friend or out loud by yourself.
And before we go, don't forget to subscribe to the Chill English channel, share this podcast with your friends, and leave a comment. Tell us, what do you like most about your job? Or what's your dream job?
We love reading your comments and hearing from you. Thanks for joining us today.
See you next time on the Chill English channel.
Take care and keep practicing. Bye for now.